back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today is I'm pre-recording Top 5 Wednesday, and I'm changing the topic. And I thought about this, and I put all my books on Goodreads, and I have everything categorized in Goodreads. And I own 1,549 books, and I have a folder on Goodreads, and it is titled My Books I Own TBR. So I thought it would be really interesting to go in that folder and sort out and find the first book that I actually purchased and haven't read yet. So these are 5 books that I haven't read yet, and they were acquired in 2012. So I'm going to share with you the 5 books that I need to read that are on my TBR that I own. So these are on my shelf. I haven't read them yet. I actually went into that folder. I had to rearrange because Twilight was in there, and I already read Twilight. So I did make a folder, and I moved the books out of that folder into a folder called Books I Own Read. So I moved those books out of that folder, so now I'm able to just see the ones that I haven't read yet, so which is really cool. So what have I not read yet? And I'm going to do 5 books. The most one, I acquired this book in September 16, 2012, and this book is Unholy. Yes, this is on my TBR, and this has been pushed up on my TBR. This is book 2 of the Unwind series. Now, I read Unwind 2 years ago, and then I acquired the second book, but I never read it. So, yeah. So now I want to read this book. This is up on my TBR. This is about a dystopian world. It's YA. And it's about when you turn 16 or 17-year-olds. I think it's 16, I'm not sure, but I think it's 16. When you become that age, your parents are able to give you to the government, and the government can unwind you and take your body parts and give them to other people. It's very creepy and very disturbing, but I did give the first book 5 stars, I think. So now I need to read this one, and this book looks really creepy to me, and I haven't picked it up. That cover is creepy. So anyway, so this is my first book. Now, the next 4 books, I don't really know much about them, so I'm just going to probably read some of the blurbs on the back of them because I'm not sure. So the first book is a Stephanie Meyer book. It is not Twilight. And this one is The Host. I have not read this one. I know there is a movie out for this book. And I have not read this one, but I did really like Twilight, and I read Twilight when it first came out. I read the first 3 books, and you already know that I have not read Breaking Dawn yet. So I acquired this one before I got Breaking Dawn, so I haven't read this one, and I'm pretty sure that this one is about aliens. But don't quote me on that. It's like body snatchers, or they take over their bodies and they host it or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. But the reason I haven't read this book is look at the size of this book. Now, I don't know if it's going to be, I know she writes Twilight, and I really like Twilight, and I read Twilight really quickly. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this like quickly, if her writing style is the same as Twilight, so we'll see. Yeah, so this is the second book that I acquired back in 2012 that I have not read yet. So that's the second book. The third book is an adult book, and I have the whole series on my shelf. Actually, I don't know why, but the second book is on my third book list, so I pulled out the first book. So the first book that I have not read yet is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and this is an adult book. I'm pretty sure it's a mystery, a thriller. I don't know anything else about it. So I know that there are 3 books or 4 books to the series, and this is the first book, and I have not read it yet. So I pulled this off my shelf. So I'm sure a lot of people read this already, and this is a very popular book. So yeah. So I need to read this one, and yeah, so that's the third book. Okay, the fourth book is a Lauren Oliver book that I acquired. Now, this is a YA book, and I'm not sure what this one's about. It's Before I Fall, and I have this one back in 2013, in February 2013 I picked this book up, and I'm just probably going to read. It says, "You'll have no choice but to tear through this book." So that was quoted by Jay Asher. So I don't know anything. Let's see if we could read the back. What if you only had one day to live? What would you do? Who would you kiss? And how far would you go to save your own life? Samantha has it all. Looks, popularity, a perfect boyfriend. Friday, February 12th, and my birthday is February 13th. Should be just another day in her charmed life. Instead, it turns out to be her last. The catch, Samantha still wakes up the next morning, living the last day of her life 7 times during one miraculous week. She will untangle the mystery surrounding her death and discover the true value of everything she is in danger of losing. It sounds like a Groundhog Day. If you've seen that movie, that's what it sounds like. So I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this or not, but that's what it sounds like. So that's my 4th book. My 5th book is an adult book, I think, and this one is another thriller, and I acquired this one back in February of 2013 as well, and it's The Shack by William B. Young, and this one's a short one, so I might be able to breeze through this one. I might pick up this one first. So, yeah. So, Where Tragedy Confronts Eternity. This book has the potential to do for our generation what John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress did for his. It's that good. So, I don't know anything else about it. Let's see if I can read the back. The Shack is the most absorbing work of fiction I've read in many years. My wife and I laughed, cried, and repented of all of our own lack of faith along the way. The Shack will leave you craving for the presence of God. This story reads like a prayer, like the best kind of prayer, filled with sweat and wonder and transparency and surprise. If you read one work of fiction this year, let this be it. Reading The Shack during a very difficult transition in my life, this story has blown the door wide open to my soul. So, yeah, I'm going into this one blindly, and we'll see what this one's all about. So these are the 5 books that I acquired that I have not read yet. So I need to read these, and maybe I'll pick up one in August and read one each month. So we'll see. We'll see. I pulled them off my shelf, so yeah, so I need some motivation to read them. So anyway, if you have read any of these 5 books, please let me know which one I should start with, and I will see you in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.